Hi, I'm Vaughn from the Gamers Hub, and I'm here with Bossa co-founder Henrique Olifiers.
Yes, hi. How are you, Vaughn?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Cool, cool.
How are you enjoying Gamescom?
Oh, it's always a blast, isn't it? But I'm stuck into the truck with Surgeon Simulator all day, so I haven't seen much of it yet.
Oh, God. So yeah, first things first, why did you choose to release Surgeon Simulator on the PS4 over anything else?
Oh, good question. Well, we do game jams all the time, so we try new stuff. We had the dev kit there, and someone came along with the idea of try the DualShock in it. And it worked pretty well, all of a sudden. So we started to port it. What Unity now supports PlayStation 4, it's much easier. And by the time we start playing it, someone else passed it along and say, why don't you add a second hand in there with another DualShock? And everybody, let's try that out. And there you go, released.
Fair enough. So how easy was it to switch over from the keyboard, mouse and the touch setup with the iOS version to the DualShock version?
The DualShock was much easier than the touch. The touch was 13 prototypes that we scrapped. By the end of it, we were just losing our hope. The DualShock was great because we started with banking on the DualShock, and then we added the camera as well, so almost like a move where you can do everything if you have the camera. You don't need to, but if you have, it's great. And all the time it felt just nice. It felt natural. Cool. I actually enjoy more on the DualShock than I do on the mouse and keyboard.
So how long does that take to implement then?
2 months. Okay. All over, like shaders and everything.
Oh, wow.
and also bringing the content from the iPad into the new version, because this new version have 5 surgeries with the eye and tree transplant, but also have the corridor where you wheel bob and the one that we failed miserably at.
Thank you for reminding me about that wonderful thing. With the extra content the A&E edition has, is that also going to be coming to the PC and iPad?
Yes, we are updating it tomorrow on Steam.
Oh, okay, so very soon then.
Yes. The Android is going to get the same version as iPad tomorrow. Okay. But they are still the version that everybody knows until we can work our way there.
Okay. You touched upon it earlier before, and we already know that a co-op patch is coming for the PS4 version. So, originally, how did the co-op idea come about then?
We're just playing and someone just passing along say, put a second hand, see what happens. And it did. But it was so late in the game that we couldn't ship it with the co-op. That's why we're patching next week to add co-op to everybody who downloads today. Okay.
And you were saying before to us earlier that you can have literally one person can play co-op by themselves, almost with 2 controllers in each hand.
Yes, because if you have the PlayStation camera, all you need is close the fingers. Everything else, you can move the hands and tilt them in any angle you want. Okay. So you can hold both. And if you have the Morpheus that no one has yet, right, then you can play 3D with both hands, and it's almost like the Hydra in the
I was going to say, it's very similar to the PC build of the Hydra Oculus.
Yes.
Not very many people can play either.
Well, you know, they don't sell Hydras anymore, and they don't sell Oculus yet, all of the development kit, but it's going to come. And when it comes, it's there.
Yeah, cool. Have you thought about doing co-op using Sony's new SharePlay feature that they announced yesterday?
We heard about that, and we are trying to do that as well.
So you can have online without the person next to you.
Yeah, of course. That would be great, right? As long as you can shout at them, because there's a lot of shouting involved.
Right? Chaos, I can imagine. In general, Bossa is a very community-driven company.
Oh, thank you.
We always listen to the fan feedback. They're always very interactive. So with the PS4 version, I mean, it came to surprise to me, at least. It sounds very you kept it quite quiet until towards the end. But how has fan feedback helped shape Surgeon Simulator over the year or so? Well,
everything that the fans do we take back. Remember Matt Shea, who did the first slam dunk with the brain? Yeah. He got the brain out, did the slam dunk. That became an achievement in the game afterwards, right? So we're always interacting with the community. The new surgeries, eye and teeth transplant, was actually suggestions from the community. Oh, wow. Okay. So we open as much as we can, and we love, because that's what makes us make better games, is finding out the love that the people have for the things we do. That's why we do games.
Yeah. Well, that's a very humble thing to say. And
thank you, sir.
Let's going back to maybe the beginnings of Surgeon Simulator as a series, well, series born release. It came out of a game jam, as we know, and it seems almost like it was a surprise that it came out as a game jam and became such a success it did. I mean, from the beginning, when you first saw the game jam finished game, did you think we have gold on our hands here?
Oh, pretty much, yes. But actually, the team who was in the game jam, they knew when they presented during the game jam final, So it was a Saturday and a Sunday. At the end of the Sunday, everybody got on stage to show the demo, and they got a reaction from the public back then that was amazing. So they knew. I knew like 12 hours later when we put it online and started to crash our servers. We thought that we were under denial of service attack, and it wasn't. Just people trying to play it. And then PewDiePie made the first video, and all hell broke loose. Like 2 days later, we say, which projects are you guys working on? Stop that, now it's Surgeon. And lo and behold, 48 days later, to keep the spirit with the 48 hours, they finished the game and shipped it on Steam. Kudos to those guys, they're really good.
Yeah, no, it's a polished piece of work as well for what you take 48 days.
Yeah, they're good. There's not, for anything, they call it the quick fingers, right? One of the coder is called quick fingers, so it's very fast.
So yeah, you said a little bit earlier that the community helped shape some of the surgeries that come about. But for the initial stuff and for any future ones you might have, where do the ideas actually come from?
Well, I would like to say that we have a surgeon consultant that comes along and explain how anatomically it all works, but it's not like that at all. We do a pool of how many surgeries you can think of, and then we pick on, and we throw away the obvious ones, like delivering a baby, that kind of stuff. Say, oh, that's not going to go down well. Yeah, no. So, yeah, no. Believe me, there are worse than that. We don't touch. But
colonoscopy?
Well, yeah, that came along a bit. So we stayed away from that. And we got the ones that actually play well, right? It's all about the fun and people laughing at it. Some people are very squeamish from the eye surgery, but after they do the first time around, okay, yeah, fair enough. But after they do the first time around, they get used to it. They say it is fun and they just get along.
And finally, just to wrap up, I've asked this in other interviews with people from Bossa. What is your favourite community moment or video that you've seen someone playing Surgeon Simulator?
Okay. Is Mark Pellier, I think, which tried to play Surgeon iPad, having a cold bath, ice bath at the same time. He tried as well on the treadmill, running on it, and that worked. But when it was on the cold bath, he dropped it into the bath. So the slow motion of him dropping it into the water is one of the best moments. And realized that he just wasted an iPad there. That hurt. It's good. That's good, Surgeon.
Maybe got mild electrocution, I think, at the same time.
That could have happened. That would be a nice. You know, the Surgeon, you can get electrocuted on Surgeon. If you stick a scalpel into the socket, you can get electrocuted. Very few people know that. No. Yeah, so try it out.
Do that tonight, I think. Cool. There you go. Anyway, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Vaughn.